You stand up for 30 seconds to grab a glass of water, and your dog is already in your spot before you reach the kitchen. You come back 90 seconds later, and they are not just sitting there. They are already completely, deeply asleep. You stand there looking at them, and your dog opens one eye, looks directly at you, and closes it again. You have been calling this dominant or cheeky or rude science, has a completely different name for it. What the research reveals explains not just this behavior, but almost everything else your dog does when they need you. By the end of this, you will never see your dog sitting in your spot the same way again ever. Welcome to the Dog Nerd Stay until the end, because what we end with is the part that changes everything. There are 7 layers to why your dog does this, and each one goes a little deeper than the last. We are going to start at the very beginning of this behavior, and that means starting with the nose. The moment you stand up, your dog moves directly to your seat and presses their face deep into the cushion. Most people assume this is about comfort, warmth, or an opportunistic dog claiming the best seat in the house. Every time you sit there, you leave behind a dense, layered chemical signature that your dog reads like a letter. Alexandra Horowitz at Barnard College has documented that dogs carry roughly 300 million olfactory receptors. You have 6 million. Your dog does not just detect what you leave behind. They read your stress, your calm, your entire emotional state. Gregory Burns at Emory University found that your scent activates the reward center of your dog's brain every single time. Keep watching, because the next layer is something most owners have been misreading as misbehavior their entire lives. Here is what most people see: a dog that waited patiently for its chance to take what belongs to you. The instinct most people have is to read this as dominance, a small power game your dog decided to start. John Bradshaw at the University of Bristol established that the dominance model of dog behavior is scientifically inaccurate. Dogs descended from animals where guarding the resting places of bonded companions was one of the most important social roles. Research on canine separation behavior has found that more deeply attached dogs seek out their owner's space significantly more often. Your dog is not taking your seat. Your dog is holding your place the only way they know how. Keep watching. The difference between a dog who loves you and one who merely tolerates you will become very clear. Most owners never ask the obvious why your seat, not the warm armchair beside it, not the sunlit floor. Dogs spend their lives building a detailed internal map of every person in the household, tracking who matters most. Studies on canine attachment have found that dogs consistently choose their primary person's seat, even when equally warm alternatives exist. When your dog sits in your seat, they are not challenging you. They are expressing something much closer to reverence. Your dog could rest anywhere in your home, and they keep choosing yours. And that alone means something profound. Stay with this, because the next layer is where most dog owners make the single biggest mistake about their relationship. If this is already shifting how you see your dog, subscribe right now, because what comes next goes much deeper. Put your hand on your seat right after you have been sitting there for an hour. It is warm, and you already knew that. Dogs run a baseline body temperature between 100 and 102.5 degrees Fahrenheit. They burn hotter than you. Research on thermoregulation in domestic dogs has established that dogs expend measurably less energy resting on warm surfaces than cool ones. But what makes your seat different from every other warm surface in the room is that it is warm and it smells like you. Warm and safe and carrying every layer of meaning your dog has already assigned to you. No other surface in the house does that. Keep watching, because the next layer is the one most owners find the most surprising and the easiest to misread entirely. You have not moved yet. You are still sitting there, and your dog is already repositioning, already watching with a different quality of attention. Your dog has been studying you specifically for every single day. They have lived inside your house. They know the sound your phone makes when you set it face down, the exact shift of your weight before you stand. Research in animal cognition has consistently shown that dogs predict routine human actions from unconscious cues their owners never notice producing. Your dog was already in motion based on signals you gave them seconds before you consciously decided to move. This is not your dog being annoying. This is one of the most sophisticated predictive skills in the animal kingdom, aimed entirely at you. When you understand what happens in the final layer, you will see exactly why all of this matters more than you ever imagined. Dogs do not just observe their owner's research on observational learning. In domestic dogs, has found they watch and deeply absorb. They have watched you return to that seat for months, for years, calm, settled, at ease, and they have drawn a conclusion. If that is where you keep returning, if that is where you seem most at rest, then that seat must hold something worth having. Studies on canine social learning show dogs form strong associations between specific locations and the emotional states they observe there. Calm owners develop calmer dogs over time, not just matched personalities, active social mirroring of the person they study most. You are the template your dog is working from, and your seat is the most physical, most available version of that template. Everything we have covered, the scent, the warmth, the social map, the prediction, the learning points to a single final layer. Think about what vulnerability means for an animal whose ancestors could not afford to choose the wrong resting place. Sleep is the moment of maximum exposure, guard down, awareness dropped, and in the wild, a poor choice could be fatal. From an evolutionary standpoint, where an animal chooses to rest is not casual, it carries weight that domestication has not erased. Now look at what your dog is doing, choosing the place that holds the highest concentration of your presence in the physical world. Research on attachment in domestic dogs, including landmark work from Eötvös-Loránd University, consistently links bond strength to overall well-being and resilience. They are choosing to be vulnerable in the place that feels most like you, which means they are vulnerable because of you. Your dog could rest anywhere. There is probably a bed you spent real money on that they walk past every single day. They have options: the sunny floor, the unused chair, the quiet corner, and they choose yours every single time. This is not convenience. This is not coincidence. This is your dog telling you in the clearest language their body allows. There is nowhere in your dog's entire world that feels safer than the place that smells and holds the warmth of you. Think back to every layer we covered: the scent, the guarding, the spot, the warmth, the prediction, the learning, the vulnerability. Every single one of those things was your dog saying the same thing in a different language every single time. That spot is not the warmest place in the room you are, and your dog figured that out long before you did. It was never about the cushion. It was never about the seat. It was always, entirely, completely about you. If this changed how you see your dog, subscribe to The Dog Nerd. Drop a comment telling me where your dog sleeps tonight. We read every single one. And next week, we are looking at what happens in your dog's brain in the 3 seconds before they decide whether to trust a stranger completely.